joining us now, listening to that, Arsenій Yatseniuk, who served twice as Prime Minister of Ukraine between 2014 and 2016. Welcome to the programme.
Thanks for having me, James.
An awful individual story there, but that expression at the end, you know, she wants to fight on, but she says the Ukrainian people, are exhausted. Is it inevitable now that a deal is going to have to be struck in the short term, do you think?
You know, you can't imagine the number of stories of these horrific and terrible human stories that are unfolding every single day. It's hundreds of thousands. And no doubt that Ukraine wants to win the war, sir. And I want to be very clear. Not just to end the war. It coalesced with the definition to win the war. Because war criminal Vladimir Putin, he wants to end the war. But the way he wants to make it is Ukraine to capitulate. So we want to win this war.
So what then of that proposal that President Zeleensky threw out in the interview, that there is an initial agreement, Ukraine gets membership of NATO for the territory which it currently controls, and then there is a negotiation for the rest of the territory which is currently under Russian control. Is that possible?
Well, here is the thing. The best way to end the war is to provide an Article 5 security guarantees for Ukraine. Let me just explain.
So that is NATO membership, you mean?
Correct, absolutely. Article 5, which actually provides an ironclad security guarantees for each NATO member. As far as I understand, my president was very clear, saying that, look, if there is an option to make Ukraine a member of NATO, we are happy and ready to accept this kind of option. Ukraine could get the membership perspective only within the internationally recognized territory and boundaries. It means that Ukraine is to get this kind of membership ticket as an entire country. But what comes in terms of the Article 5? Article 5 is to cover the territory which is under the current control of the Ukrainian government. So there was a precedent. I can't say that this is the similar pattern, but there was a precedent in 1955 when the West Germany got the NATO membership, not a perspective, but real membership. So my take, sir, is that there is no other viable and palatable option rather than to make Ukraine a NATO member. And this is the shortest and most effective way to stop the war. Because
but under the conditions that President Zeleensky spelled out, that it's the Article 5, the protection is initially just for the parts of Ukraine under Ukrainian control at the moment.
You're absolutely correct, indicating for the time being, because the time will come when Ukraine is to restore its territorial integrity entirely. I have no doubt. But the thing is that there is no such option on the table, on the one hand. On the other hand, you've indicated some kind of negotiations. I haven't had anything from war criminal Putin that he is ready to negotiate. He is ready to accept Ukrainian and the West capitulation. Because, look, if Ukraine fails, it's not going to be just the failure of the state of Ukraine. This would be the failure of the entire Western society and community and of the entire global order. Because Putin is not the only one. There is the quarter of chaos, quarter of axis of evil, and everyone possess nuclear arms. I mean, Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea.
North Korea. Look, you've made your position very clear. Thank you so much for joining us, former Ukrainian Prime Minister Arsenій Yatseniuk.